Hello there and welcome to this tutorial on how to paint red armor. It doesn't matter if it's a blood angel or a blood warrior, it seems there's always a demand for somebody in a bright red alarming suit of metal. And since I for the longest time really had problems painting a good looking red armor and only just recently found out why, I thought it's a good opportunity to practice a little and show you the way I paint it. I primed the miniature black and used the paints Evil and Gory Red, Scarlet Blood and Wild Rider Red. And of course, we are going to start with purple. Even though this paint is called Evil Red, I read it as a purple. Since with this color all our shadowy tones are covered, we just need to work our way up to a brighter and brighter red. Starting with the gory red, I try to cover like 80% of the armor and only parts that are looking or aiming towards the sky. At this point I really would like to give you some options, but to be honest I'm not really sure. Maybe Baragnar Burgundy and Word Bearers Red. But since I don't own these paints myself, I can't tell you if they have different properties or more or less look the same. Since I'm going to paint the trim of the armor gold anyway, I really don't care if I'm a little bit messy at this point. And if you have any suggestions for other paint brands and good looking red tones, maybe a very vibrant red or something, please let me know, I want to try them out. Drop the miniature. But now let's go a little bit faster. Since Gory Red seems to be a little bit translucent, I use 2 coats on the parts where I know I'm going to paint with the Scarlet Blood. And Scarlet Blood is the next paint we use. But now we cover an even smaller area of the already painted Gory Red. As you see, there's still very much of the Evil Red visible. This is really working in our benefit for creating the shadows. For parts like the shoulder armor, I try to leave room for the evil red to shine through, so I only cover the highest points. As always, try to take your time with the helmet or the head in general. And this is one of the reasons I like to paint red now, because it seems I didn't really like the KHORNE and Mephisto Red by Games Workshop. And now a small montage on where I placed the broadest highlights. And as always, I use this time to encourage you to leave a like or a subscription, since I just recently started with YouTube and could use any support I get. And now we come to the part where we use the Wild Rider Red. Keep in mind not to overdo it at this point, because we don't want to read it as orange in the end. So just really pick a fine line where you want to place the highlight and move along the armor piece. Some edge highlights here and there. At this point I sometimes too go back and repaint some parts I wanted to highlight a little bit more, and so I go back and forth between the Scarlet Blood and the Wild Rider Red. This also helps to blend these colors a little bit more together so that they don't look that patchy in the end. If this is a style or look you like, you just have to wait until the paint is dry to be able to apply the next paint on it. I personally like it a little bit more when the colors are blended together. I paint the fabric within the armor in Corvus Black because this color has a little bit of a bluish tone in it, and I really do like how it contrasts the red. Painting the horns and the loincloth in Rakka Flesh, the gold in Liberator Gold. I know it should be bronze, but I don't like it. and shading these two colors with Irexa shade. And of course I'm going to base the miniature in the rest of my army scheme, which is this snowy, kind of winter-esque environment. And here we go. And if you want to know how I painted these eggs, don't worry, I got you, there will be a tutorial coming out for it. But anyway, that's it for today. I thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you all in the next one.